welcome to episode 102 of the Cat Lady podcast. My name is Andrea, also known as the Cat Lady. That's 2 T's, C-A-T-T, stands for Craft All the Things. Thank you for joining me. It is December 3rd, 2019. We are in December. I am coming to you from Michigan. It's cold and dreary, as usual in Michigan around this time of year. I do like it here, but I do kind of wish I lived someplace sunny all the time, sometimes. There's an occasional day when it's a crisp winter snow, fresh winter snow, or a, sweater weather fall day that I really like it here, but then there's the rest. That's like, this is kind of miserable, so could be worse. But anyways, thank you if you are new. Thank you for checking me out. I have got a couple new subscribers in the last couple weeks, so it's always fun to see. I would love to at least get to 500. I'm at like 470, so that's not too bad. So please share with your friends, and if you like what you see, please subscribe. And if you are returning, thank you so much. I am so thankful for my returning viewers, because there's a lot of you that have stuck with me from the start. When I come and I go, and I come and I go, and I'm just super grateful for you guys, because this is a weird thing to do. Talking into a camera, talking about crafts, and it's fun. It gets stressful sometimes. I know I've talked about it before, but it is fun. So obviously I can't quit. So I've tried like 3 times, and I can't. I always come back. So I'm happy to be back on a regular schedule. I've been pretty good since episode 99 to 102. Doing pretty good. And now I'm doing Vlogmas. So if you haven't noticed, I'm doing Vlogmas, which I've never done before. I am currently uploading my Vlogmas Day 2. I'm recording each episode. So today's December 3rd, but I'm recording what my Advent stuff was for December 2nd. So I have a wine calendar, I have a cheese calendar, I have my mini skeins. So I get to show off my finished mini skein, what I drank with the wine, what cheese we had, and then I open up my mini for the next day. For today. For the day that you see the vlog, right? Yeah. Okay, so it's confusing me, and hopefully it's not confusing everybody else. But anyway, so if you want to find me on the interwebs, I am the Cat Lady on Ravelry and Instagram. I have the Cat Lady group on Facebook, so please come on by and check me out. I try to post frequently on Instagram, which goes to Facebook, and I try to post exclusively on Facebook as well, because I think the Facebook algorithms see it better when you post directly there. So I don't know. I'm doing my best. I live at home with my husband, 2 kids, 2 cats, so it's a busy house. So on to podcast news. We had a knit-along that started in the beginning of the year, and it was a sweater knit-along. So you got a whole year to make a sweater. We had 29 entries, which was okay, pretty good. I'd love to have like hundreds of entries, but that's okay. 29 is good. I'm happy with that. It made it 2 pages. So I have a winner. So the winner is, I did a random generator when I was doing my notes yesterday, and the winner is number 24, which is House of Cardigans, which is really funny because I was going to talk about her later. She also has a podcast, so stay tuned for my podcast spotlight. So number 24, House of Cardigans, please send me a message when you get this, and I will show you your prize. So you get this bag, and I got the drawstring in it, which is some nice ribbon. Thought the ribbon looked better on this bag specifically than the paracord. So then there's the green inside, and then you got a skein of yarn from Rhinebeck. This was from CC's Wool, so I picked this up at Rhinebeck in the Barnyard colorway. And then a matching DPN cozy, which is the opposite fabric of the bag. So it's green on the outside and pink on the inside. Snaps. And a floofy pom-pom. So handmade pom-pom. Big and sparkly. So congratulations to Naomi. So yes, message me with your information so I can get that out. And I will do my best. I'm terrible at mailing things, so I will do my best. That's all I can promise. And so since I hemmed and hawed about prize 2 and kind of hinted that maybe I would, maybe I wouldn't. I just did. So I drew a winner for the second prize, which was the skein of West Yorkshire Spinners Essential Aran Wool Nylon. So it's kind of like a Aran worsted weight sock yarn, which is kind of nice. You can make a squishy hat or make some socks, but it's really pretty. I think this is in the Tequila Sunrise color. It doesn't have a colorway name on it, but if you look it up on Ravelry, that's what comes up. So this is their cocktails collection. And this little kitty pouch, little notions pouch, and this was both of these were from the Reluctant Sisters podcast, so who were also co-hosting. I should have gave them a prize now that I think about it. Terrible, I'm a terrible podcaster. So this is prize 2, and this is goes to post 6, which is La Jolla Girl. So congratulations, Nancy. I think I've sent you things before, but please message me with your address again because I probably don't have it. So thank you so much for everyone who participated. The sweaters were beautiful, and I love seeing all your hard work. And yeah, so next year, so starting in January maybe, or yeah, whatever. I'll figure it out. But I'd like to do a new knit along, craft along. It's going to be a whip along. I've thought about hashtags as I was laying in bed the other night, like whip it along. So anyways, so whips, works in progress. I have a lot of them that I really should finish before I start a bunch of new things. And I know a lot of you do too. And there's no way I'm finishing by the end of the year because I have all these holiday stuff. So I thought, okay, start of the new year fresh. Let's get all those old projects off the needles. So maybe 2-3 month Cal, I don't know, we'll chime in below on the comments if you have any opinions on how long a whip along should be. Should it go, yeah, maybe like 3 months, January to March maybe. And I have lots of stitch marker prizes that I need to go through to figure out what I want to give away when. I should have gave those, I might have to save one of those sets till next Christmas, which is totally fine. Gives me something to gives me something to use as a giveaway later, because I have the little Christmas stitch markers. But I have like 4th of July ones, like were the red, white, blue, and then some other ones that were really pretty. But I have lots of stitch markers that were donated to me by Neatsy's Porch. If you go back a couple episodes, you can see those. But, and of course I'm always making bags. I mean, I have a collection of bags, so I will make a bag. I still have a lot of pom-pom fluff left, so we can make pom-poms, and of course I can try to find some yarn, stash dive. If anyone has any yarn donations, I'd be happy to take them to use for giveaways. So yeah, so that is all for podcast news. That was kind of a mouthful, but winners, so La Jolla Girl and House of Cardigans, please contact me. So on to knitting / crochet. I'm kind of throwing those together because I only have one crochet project. So finished objects. I finished my Christmas ornaments, all the ones I was going to do. So I made 18 Christmas ornaments. Oh, I don't know what I'm doing here. So here is the first 9. So we have some Felici, we have Patton's Croy, I have hand spun, I have 3 hand spun. So the top one here is hand spun, this one's hand spun, and this one is hand spun. And then we have Arnie and Carlos Regia, Felici, Patton's, Felici. Yeah. And then I have a pretty much duplicated another set of 9. So I have made 2 pretty much duplicates. So 2 of each. 2 of each except for, actually I think these 2 are the same yarn, so I made 4 of those. But they look actually pretty different because they're using different color sections. But yeah, I like how these turned out. This should be plenty. I kind of give them as teacher gifts, but as I walk around, I tend to pass them out to friends and, the office staff. I gave one to the principal last year, so it's kind of like just free for all. And then if I have any extra, I'll hang them on my tree. Apparently I did have one I kept last year, and I hung it on my tree and hung it up this year. I'm like, oh, I kept one. I didn't know. So those are done. And which I needed the needles for my mini blanket, my blanket squares, so I really had to get them done. So that was kind of I finished them on December 1st, I think, because I was like, I need my needles. So, in other note, I need some circular size 2s. If I don't have them, I need to look, because doing my mini blanket squares on double points, it's getting a little finicky when the blanket's heavy. So on to finished objects. Set 2 is my Christmas mitts, Maine Morning Mitts. So this is Maine Morning Mitts by Clara Parks. This has been my go-to teacher present for, this is now the third year in a row. So I have 2 teachers to give to, and then I made a set for a friend because I thought, why not? They knit up so fast. This is a perfect friend, teacher, family quick gift because they knit up really fast. So they're just very simple fingerless mitts with basic ribbing. Real simple, real basic, but they're cute. I have a pair that I made for myself that I wear, and I made them really long and fold the cuff, but you know, since these were gifts for other people, I just made them according to pattern. So, very simple. And this is in Lion Brand Basic Stitch. It's supposed to be anti-pill. Seems to be okay. They seem to be holding up, I mean, they seem to be okay so far. They haven't been worn. So I have 3 pairs of those. And this is in the taupe heather, I think, or heather taupe or something colorway. All the information is on Ravelry. I do need to take a photo of these to post on Ravelry, but otherwise everything on Ravelry is pretty up to date. And my mini blanket squares I have finished. If you watch the, oh, lost my yarn. If you watch my Vlogmas, you'll see the squares, but I will show you here anyways. So, oh my goodness, my blanket is getting a little unwieldy. So square 1 and square 2. So we have Juliana's Fiber, Lucid Dream Sock in Above the Clouds, and we have Plymouth Neon Now in the yellow mix. I will not know what all these are. I already don't know what today's mini is. I know where I got it from. I got it from a friend that sent me a bunch of minis, but I do not know what it is. So. Some other finished things are, oh, this is my crocheted finished object. So this, I'm going to call this finished even though it's still attached to the yarn, but I'm making some little dishcloths. I don't know what I'm doing with these yet. I don't know if I'm going to pass them out to, I don't know. I really don't know, but I just got a hankering to make some cloths. So this one is almost finished. I just need to detach the yarn and weave in the ends. And they need a little blocking. After I put the scalloped edging on it, it kind of curls a little. So there is, I love this one. It reminds me of like hot chocolate or s'mores or something. So I liked this one. So there's that one. And then, oh, this is what it looked like. This is one after I already kind of washed it and blocked it out. So much more flat. And this one's like winter snow. Kind of looks like a snowflake. And I made a little hook on it. It's kind of just a cloth, or you could probably use it as a hot pad or something. It's this is the Bernat Handicrafter cotton. The other ones are Lily Sugar and Cream cotton, using a size H hook, and just found some basic instructions for a crocheted circle with scalloped edge. So I literally just print out directions for a crochet circle, and crochet edge. And all of that is living in my Space Cats bag that I made last summer. I love this bag. So I have a story about bags when I get to the sewing section, but this bag is a little squat. It's long and a little too short. So, you know, it needs to be a couple inches taller. And I will show you what happened when I tried to make a bag a couple inches taller. Stay tuned. Finished objects. Okay, so those are all my finished objects for crochet and knitting and crochet. WIP works in progress. I have some more mitts I am making. I'm going to attempt to make a couple for some family members. So in different colors. So this one, this is my zipper bag. That's the pink green. So I'm making one out of kind of an olive green fabric yarn, using my my Yarn Cozy Christmas llamas from Mandy Pinecone. Yeah, this thing was a hot mess on the outside, so this is working perfectly for this. Usually it's for yarn cakes, but this is like perfect. And this one's nice and tall, so it's working pretty well to keep all that gunk in there. I have no idea what this yarn is. I think it's, I really don't know what this yarn is. I use this, I don't think, it might be extra from my Doctor Who scarf. I don't know, I just pulled it out of my bin. I liked the color. And then I'm going to make a pair of purple ones. So this is Lion Brand something. Might be the honest choice. I really don't know. Mystery yarn, I have to look it up to see if I have it in Ravelry. So yeah, that is work in progress. My mini blanket is, of course, work in progress all month long. And yeah, this is where we go into the whips. I'm not showing them all because I haven't touched them, but I have my loom boot cuffs that I started. I don't know why, but I started making a boot cuff on a loom. So I gotta make 2 of them. I'm only like an inch in. My Keen sweater. So I have the whole body done, which I still haven't disconnected from the yarn either. So I should just try it on one more time, make sure it's sitting where I want it to sit. And that's my bulky weight sweater, so I still have to do the whole cowl turtleneck or it's just a kind of big turtleneck and the sleeves. Shouldn't take long once I get it going, but I kind of had to stop to do Christmas stuff, so. And then my double bow tie ascot scarf, which I started randomly in the summer, and I didn't get very far on that either. So, but I'd like to finish that. So in the new year, we're going to work on whips. I might do one special New Year's cast on. Usually it's socks. It has typically been, actually, the last couple of years has been my Gales Art Sock Blank, so maybe I'll keep up with that tradition and cast on my Gales Art Sock Blank socks. But other than that, it's gonna be whip. Whip it, baby, whip it. Sorry. Okay, spinning, nothing. I really gotta do some spinning too. Cricket. So I finished, of course, everyone's seen my Advent balls. Seen my balls. Boy, I'm being very inappropriate today. I'm keeping them in the bowl because my husband said, oh, you know, those look nice in there. So I was like, okay, good, sold. Means I don't have to hang them up or do anything. So usually I keep Christmas ornaments in here, so now I'll just keep these in here. So it's going to get, as I'm done, I put them back so that it's always gonna look full. So as we get farther down, it's going to get a little more tricky to find them. But, so yeah. And then if I gotta find a place to store these and I can use them again next year. Maybe I'll put them somewhere else. Maybe I'll hang them next year. So yeah, I could have probably. So usually I have some big garland up here, which I don't think I'm putting up this time. Can you hear that? He's whining. It's Depot. I usually have big garland up here, but I'm not putting it up because, I don't know, I don't feel like moving the artwork and stuff, so I could probably hang this. But then I have a fireplace, so I do worry about the heat, but I think it's okay. I don't know. Oh, speaking of, this is after like the first year, maybe our second Christmas together, I don't know, second or third, I made this for Jim. So it's a little Pac-Man scarf, and these little guys come off and you can move them around. So. Oh, now she's crooked. That's okay. So that's Jim's scarf, or stocking. He likes it. Okay, so that was my only Cricut project. Sewing. So I made a bag. So I had this nice Christmas fabric that was like a clearance fabric. I'm like, I'm gonna make a big bag out of it. So I thought, okay, I want it to be a little bit bigger than this, height-wise, but the width is good because it's a 18-inch zipper, so it's got to be about 18 inches wide. I think it's 17. Well, it ended up a little too big, to be honest, which is fine for this blanket. And since my blanket usually only comes out mostly in Christmas, you know, this could just very well be my blanket bag. So my blanket fits in there nicely. Needles are in there. We got just kind of a gray. This was what I used for my table runner, so that was extras left over for that. But a little bit bigger than I expected. It just needs to be down, it needs to come down like 2 inches maybe. So like this size is like would be a good sweater bag. So take away 2 inches from the top. So that's 15, I think I cut the square 17 by 17. So maybe 15 by 17 is what I need to do. And this one, it must be a lot less. I don't know. I tried to measure this and then see, but. So I don't have an Etsy shop, okay? But I like that. And it's very sparkly. I don't know if you can see the sparkle in there. It's a very sparkly. I don't know if you can see it. It's cute, little snowman. So actually, and this is, you know, pretty. And it is Christmas since there's a Christmas tree, but it's kind of winter appropriate. And we have winter here forever, so it'll be fine. Okay, what's next? Coasters. So I made some mug rug coaster thingies because I'm trying to go through a bunch of my scrap fabric and do things with it, because I just have this pile of just like scraps that aren't quite big enough for bags. I can make like DPN holders, I can make other things. So I made some coasters. So here is my first set. And these ones I cut out, the bigger ones and small ones. These ones I cut out 5.5 inches, so they're, you know, after you sew them, they're a little bit smaller. But just the wintry front. I might give a set of these to my mother-in-law. Some weird noises going on outside. And then I was going to keep a set for me. I would have liked to make more than 4, but that was all that I could get out of the fabric scrap. So these ones I could only cut 5 inches, so they're a little bit smaller. But same thing. And when I made this set, and all was good, and then I made this set, oh, I think, was that? Yeah. Then I started this set, and I made one, that was perfect, and then I started to make the other, and I sewed all 3 of them together, like, before I flipped them inside out, and realized it was on backwards. The fabric was the wrong way. So then I had to rip them all out and do it again, which was not pleasant, but we did it. We did these yesterday. So those are done. Let's see. So, Emily wanted me to make her a poncho, so if you watched a few episodes back, I made myself a big floofy fleece poncho with big fluffy cowl, and it's super cozy, and Emily's like, oh, I want one too, and so we went to Joann's, and we went to pick out some fleece. Fleece was on sale, so I'm like, whatever. I don't think she's gonna wear it, to be honest, so I was kind of like hesitant, but fleece was super cheap, so I'm like, okay, whatever, I'll make it. So we get there, I'm trying to kind of push her towards the patterned ones, you know, like the plaids and whatever, something that's actually like kind of wearable. And of course she's looking at all the cute animals and stuff, and she found a bright blue with big bright orange tigers on it. I'm like, are you sure? She's like, yeah. And I wasn't thinking. I really wasn't thinking. Like, okay, you like it, whatever. We cut out 2 yards, we got, you know, took it home. So the next day I go to start laying it out and cut it. First of all, cutting out fabric is the bane of my existence. I hate cutting fabric. I hate trying to get it straight. It's never straight when you get it home, especially from Joann's. Ugh. So anyways, so I finally cut out the big square that I thought was appropriate, and of course trying to find her measurements and everything. Then the light bulb goes off. Hey, it's one solid piece. So when you have tigers laying the right side on the front, guess what they're going to be doing on the back? They're going to be upside down. So I explained, I said, well, I can do this, but the tiger's going to be upside down on the back. Now, of course, I could attempt to cut them 2 panels in half and then seam the shoulders, and then, but I just didn't want to do all that, especially for something that I don't think she was gonna wear much. She's like a furnace all the time. She wears like tank tops and shorts to bed. She whips off her socks the second she comes home. She's not a cold child. So I'm freezing all the time, so I need warm stuff all the time. She does not. So I'm like hesitant to spend all that extra time to try to make the tigers matching. So, you know, I said, why don't we try to think of something else to make? So we did. We came up with something else. And I think they turned out great. I still have a little bit extra fabric left, but again, it was the fabric was cheap. Of course, now I exponentially added to the cost by buying pillow forms. They were on sale, but still, I spent like $15 on 2 pillows. Something like that. So I got 2. I made 2. So we made tiger pillows, and she loves them. She takes one downstairs with her when she comes down to sit on the couch. She keeps one in her bed. So, but yeah, can you imagine this as a poncho? So just double-sided tigers. And actually, I really like this. I want to make some actually for my couch because this is really cute. It is, you cut out the strips of fleece around the edges like you would for a no-sew blanket, and typically you tie it in knots. This one I had seen before. It's a braided edge. So you cut your strips, and then you take the strips and you fold them in half and make a slit in the middle. And then so you have 2 fabric pieces with a slit in the middle. And then you take the next one and you stick it in the hole and pull it. And then you're left with that hole. And then you take the next one, you stick it in the hole and pull it all the way through. So it makes this braided edge, which is perfect for a pillow. And you can do the blankets like this too. But this was like perfect because I don't like the fringy. Not for pillows. The blankets are fine, but for pillows no. So she's got cute tiger pillows. Oh, that worked out. And lastly, another sort of not fail. So last year I bought these chair covers from the dollar store, and of course they were cheap from the dollar store, and half of them broke. Like they wore holes in because you slip them over the chairs. So they wore holes in the sides, and the pom-poms fell off, some of them. So I'm like, I can make my own. So it's craft felt, and I was thinking fleece, but fleece is very hard to sew when you have many layers together. So I found the craft felt. So these slips over a chair. If I have a picture, I'll show you. And then I made my signature pom-poms and sewed them on. So I made 4 of them for our chairs in the kitchen, because that's usually where we eat. We have a dining room with 6 chairs, and we have 4 chairs in the kitchen, and we usually eat in the kitchen. So I put them on the chairs, but the way the chairs are set up, they have 2 long posts and then 2 across. So there's these big bulbs that are kind of sticking out. Well, those big bulbs kind of catch right on these corners. So it sits like this. So the little thing flips. Well, when you lean back on it, it stretches and tugs, and I think this is going to do the same thing the dollar store ones did. Maybe not as quick, but I felt like I spent a lot more money and time on these. Maybe I should put them on the chairs in the dining room. So the chairs on the dining room are like fabric colored. They're like fabric covered. They're like faux leather, and they're just flat. So it's just a flat square. There's no wood posts or anything. So they sit nicely on there. But we have 6 chairs. I only made 4. I only bought on fabric for 4. Oh, and I had a fabric scare because I didn't plan it out right. I was thinking 4, so I planned out for 4 pieces, not 8, because, hello, they're 2 pieces together. So I planned but I always order a little extra fabric, so I just barely squeaked out 8 pieces from the fabric. So I got lucky. But do I go back? I might have enough white left over because I've ordered extra white too. And it's such a small piece. I don't have any more plain white pom though. I'd have to buy more for white. I have the white with the silver in it. So I'd either may have to make 6 with sparkle, which I don't know if I want to make all 6. Or, they're okay, but they're kind of a pain to make. Or if I just do 2 with sparkle, or if I go buy more fur to do 2 plain. But maybe I just wait till next year and do the other 2 chairs and call it a day this time. But it looks kind of weird because we have the 4 chairs on the side of the table, and then there's 2 at the end of the table that don't have anything. So I don't know. What do you think? Should I make 2 more, or should I just say maybe next year? Let's see. This isn't really a finished object, but it's more of a work in progress / project. Where did it go? Did I not grab them? Oh, they're there. So again, I mentioned trying to do some stash busting and trying to use up my stash. So all these scraps I have acquired, I am starting to make into squares. So there's the Santa, or the Christmas. Hello. There we go. So here is a bunch of fabric squares that I can put together to make like a patchwork little notions pouch or drawstring bag. So I have been cutting 2-inch squares. So this is all experimental too, because I've never done this. But essentially, you just sew all the squares together and then make a bag or something. So I got a lot, but of course a lot of them are, I have a good chunk of the same color, so I gotta spread them out. And a lot of them, some of them are specialty like candy corns. They're not gonna go with everything, so. I don't know what I'm doing, but I figure instead of throwing away all these like weird scraps of fabric that are literally only like 2 inches wide and like strips, cut them up squares and figure out what to do with them later. So, but they are living in my Nike box from my son's shoes. All right, we're gonna take a quick break and come back with the Life in Review. All right, we are back with Life in Review. If you have seen me before, you know that my camera runs out at 29 minutes and 59 seconds. So I was at like 29 minutes. So hey, I made it this time. All right. So Life in Review. Let's see. When was the last time I recorded? It was 2 weeks ago. I feel like not a lot's happened, but a lot's happened since then. So Girls on the Run is over. We had our ceremonies. I don't know if I talked about that or not. But things are just busy. It's like we're flung into the holidays, full speed ahead. So we had let's see, so the day before Thanksgiving, Emily had got an expander. So a week before that, she got these little rubber bands shoved in her mouth, which she hated, and it was terrible. She was in a little bit of pain, and then a week later, she got an expander. So what it is it's like a precursor to orthodontics braces kind of thing. So really, it's going to open up her mouth a little bit because she's got one tooth that's already in kind of crooked, and the second tooth on the x-ray looks like it's coming in kind of sharp. So if there's not enough room for that one, it's going to mess up everything else that's going on in there. So we're spacing out our teeth a little bit, giving room for the big teeth that are coming in soon to come in properly. She might get a couple brackets at a later point, just if needed to help things out. I don't know. So this is all phase 1. I'm hoping I don't think we're going to avoid phase 2, but I'm hoping to lessen phase 2, which would be the actual braces. But she's doing well. It's kind of gross. It gets food up in there a lot. We got a water pick, so we're having a lot of water pick adventures in the bathroom, including getting sprayed with water pick, the mirror getting sprayed, everywhere getting sprayed with the water pick. And then she's like over the sink and food coming out. It's really weird. But it's working out. She talks a little bit differently, but not bad, and it doesn't bother her, it doesn't hurt or anything. She can't eat she can't eat fruit snacks, she can't eat gum, she can't eat like some of the candies that she likes, but we were prepared for this and we let her eat a bunch of candy after Halloween, so that's okay. Thanksgiving, we had a good time. We went to the in-laws' house for dinner and saw Jim's family, and that was nice. We had a nice dinner. And then Friday, Jim had to work, so me and the kids just hung out at home. Had a pretty lazy day, probably did some crafting. And then Saturday, we met up with my mom and stepdad and extended family for dinner. We usually meet at a restaurant, and then we go through the Wayne County Light Fest, which is, they set up this park in Wayne County that they have a bunch of like light displays, like little animated lights, so like waving, and one of the kids' favorite was this little bear that walks across the platform and jumps into a big bin of honey, and then it looks like the honey splashes, and they're cute. So we did that. It's a 5-mile stretch. You just drive through it. Sunday we got our tree. We should have got it Saturday because Sunday it was raining, so when we brought the tree home it was like soaking wet, so we just left it in the garage. We didn't put it up, so we actually put it up last night. Well, actually Jim put it up last night because me and Emily went to Cub Scouts last night, and David didn't have a meeting, so he and Jim put up the tree and started decorating, and me and Emily helped finish. So if you go to my Vlogmas, I have a video of us decorating the tree, so check that out. Today we are going to visit Santa, so right after school the kids are going to come home, get dressed, and we are going to hop in the car and drive to meet Santa. This week Emily has a field trip to the Detroit Institute of Arts that I'm going with, so that's going to be a fun day, but again, it's just like it cuts into the time I have to do other stuff, but it'll be fun. Friday I have dinner with Girls on the Run coaches. Girls on the Run is already starting to register for the spring, so I have to start planning that. Then this weekend we're having dinner with my dad and his girlfriend and family, so it's just everything, every day we have something. I feel like this week is really bad. This week is super busy, so next week is going to be a little chill. Next weekend, no, every weekend's full until Christmas. We're only like 3 weeks away, so I mean, Thanksgiving was late this year, so just crazy. So I think that's it. So again, congratulations to the winners of the sweater knit along. If you have any thoughts about the work in progress whip along, please comment. If you have any other comments, please feel free to message me or anything. Find me on Ravelry as the Cat Lady, Instagram as the Cat Lady, Facebook as the Cat Lady, everywhere as the Cat Lady except for YouTube. You can email me at craftycatlady@gmail.com. Please like, subscribe, share, and I hope everyone has a good 2 weeks. I have no idea what that means for the calendar. 2 weeks. That might be the week before Christmas. I don't know. I will try to fit one more in before Christmas, whether it's a week, week and a half, or 2 weeks, whatever. I still have some things to finish, so I'm hoping I'll have a few more things. If you have any, again, prizes for donations, for prizes for knit-alongs and stuff, I'd be happy to take those off your hands. And I think that's it. I think I'm done rambling. Everyone have a good couple weeks, and I will see you next time. And please tune into my Vlogmas. I will be trying my best to keep that up every day. So yeah, I don't know if I'll get to, I don't know. Maybe I'll end up not doing a full podcast if I'm continuing the vlogs. I don't know. I'm going to stop talking. So thank you. Bye. Hey, it's me again. I totally forgot. So I'm going through and editing my podcast and forgot to mention the podcast spotlight, I guess. I also had some stash on here, but nothing really. I bought some zippers and ribbon. But anyways, so my podcast I was going to spotlight this week is the Yarn Curator. Her name is Naomi, and she's from Florida, and she is a museum curator, so hence the play on words. And she does a knitting, spinning, I think she wants to do some sewing too, but mostly knitting and spinning. And yeah, she's been fun to watch. She started following me, so I started following her, and I've been binge watched all her podcasts. So she's got, I don't remember how many episodes, but not it wasn't terrible. It wasn't like a ton. It wasn't like 100 or something. That would be hard to go back and watch. So it was like 20 or something. So yeah, I enjoyed watching her. And then yeah, so she's House of Cardigans on Ravelry, so I drew her for the sweater knit along, so that was kind of fun. So go check out the Yarn Curator. I will post all the show notes and everything in Ravelry with links to everything I've talked about. So thanks for watching.